In Romans, Apostle Paul writes in chapter 8, verse 28, um, that we know that all things work together for the good of those who love God, to those who are the called according to his purpose. And what I believe that God was saying through Paul is that not that God deliberately makes bad things happen to us, but that he has the ability to use anything for good. And because there are a lot of people who wonder why, if God is so good and loving, then why is there evil? Why do people suffer? Why do bad things happen to good people? And we often wonder, why is there famine? Why is there all these terrible things that have happened in history? But the thing that we shouldn't do is blame God, because he could just as easily look down at us and say, why is there famine? Why are you killing one another? Why are you stealing from each other? And we are responsible for our own sinful nature. But the good thing is that God could take anything he wants that has happened to us, and he could use it not just for his good, which is the ultimate good, but even for our good. We can end up benefiting from the mistakes of others, or even our own mistakes. And I think about the story about the blind man who, when Yeshua's disciples asked him why he was blind, it was said that he was blind his whole life for the glory of God. And I know that sounds very elusive, very kind of contradictory. Like, how could someone's blindness be a good thing? But it turned out that by Yeshua's power in healing this man, that it set off, you could say, a revolution, because he was so unashamed that he went and told everybody that he was healed. And this ended up spreading the good news and showing the good works and the miracles that Yeshua was able to do. And, that's an example of something where God, in his sovereignty and in his power, he was able to deliberately cause something that we would consider bad to bring glory. But then there are many other things. There are people who are abused when they were younger, and there are people who were robbed from, who were betrayed. And God can still take that. Maybe he didn't, quote unquote, intend for that to happen, because even though God is in control, it's not his will that any of us should perish or should suffer. It's not his will that the wicked should die. But all in all, what this verse is saying is that even though we may be suffering from many trials, many problems, persecutions, that because he is good, he could take the stone which the builders rejected, he can make that the chief cornerstone. He could take anything, literally anything, the worst of our problems, and he could use that to create a testimony for us and to show people how great he is. Amen.